We right now are such a unique time in the entire history of humanity, a unique time in the entire evolution of Gaia, of planet Earth. And it is so precious to be here right now. There's an acceleration, there's an awakening. There is a profound shift happening right now. And I know each one of us know this on one level. And I wanted to share a few more words of a conversation I was having with Her Holiness Saima about an hour ago. So this is literally hot off the press of the latest of Saima's teachings and perspective of what's happening right now, to bring us into the preciousness of what's happening on this planet for each and every one of us. And I was speaking with Ma, and we were speaking about the context initially was the Yagya for Karmic release. So if you haven't seen it yet, we sent out an email about an hour ago. There's a new Yagya, sacred fire ceremony that Saima is doing on Sunday, this Sunday, June 9th. And the Yagya is called the Yagya for Karmic release. And the question that I asked Ma that I've been getting is, well, Ma's been publicly speaking about the end of karma, so why are we doing a Yagya for Karmic release? How does that connect? What's happening right now? And Ma brought me into this teaching that left me with a profoundness and an awe of where we are right now on a spiritual, on an energetic, on a paradigm level. And there's a lot I can share, but I'm going to keep it fairly concise, and we'll share more at other opportunities so we can bring you more into other aspects. But what I'll share is, imagine with me, take this journey with me, that humanity has been living in a certain set of belief systems that we know, right? Duality, fear-based, competition, separation, the limitations of the physical body, the certain constraints of what we think are possible and not possible for us as human beings on the planet, that entire world. And we could say that this is the construct of all those beliefs make up a false matrix, or a set of beliefs, a paradigm, if you will, a collective consciousness that we, through lack of awareness, have, or also being part of the net, right, the field, have subscribed to and are living inside of. And that's the old paradigm. Are you all with me so far? Familiar with that? The condition of humanity, we could say, right? And then what's happened is, over the last few years, and I think it's going on for a few decades, but Ma specifically spoke about over the last 2 years, the ascended masters, the lady ascended masters, the beings of light. These are human beings that, through their own conscious evolution, have turned themselves into light, into consciousness, right? So very high frequency beings that don't exist in physical bodies anymore. And that what Ma calls that Ma's gang. I'm sure you've heard that term before, yes? Over the last few years, Ma's gang, the Lady Ascended Masters, the masters, have come and cleared the karma, the heavy energy, anchoring us in the old paradigm from planet Earth and from humanity. And when Ma says it's the end of karma, that's what Ma's speaking of. One way to think about that is like going through the journey of profound healing. The work Ma does is clearing the roots with our parents. However, the patterns still exist. So Ma said, individually, us as human beings, we're endowed with this gift of free will. So we are still holding on to our individual karma or energy or limited belief systems. And that's why for us, we don't have the awareness of being in the new paradigm in the same way. Each of us in our own level. Sure, all of us experience it in some degree or another. So there's still layers. We could call it unfinished business from our life expressions. We could call it ancestral energy or memory that's passed through us on a biological level. We could call it limited belief structures that we continue to hold on to around the way things work, around who we are, around our sense of identity and sense of self. And we hold on to those within our field, within our Akashic record, within our cells, and within our DNA. And so we're continuing to function to some degree inside of the old paradigm, or the memory of the old paradigm, while we're on a planet that has a collective consciousness that has evolved to another point. Does that make sense? You with me so far? Now, Ma has said because of free will, it may take some time before everyone on the planet fully releases that old paradigm of karma, of energy, of belief structures. It may even take thousands of years. It's totally up to humanity. So we may, on one level, experience or see like we're living in the old paradigm in an exterior world for many human beings. However, and Ma is inviting us into that the new consciousness is available. And Ma gave me examples. Ma said, Ma doesn't even know who Ma is anymore. Ma said, all Ma knows is Ma's consciousness, Ma's light. And every single moment, Ma is recreating who Ma is anew. And beliefs around sleep, around food, around what is and is not possible for the human body no longer exist in Ma's system. It's like Ma's been untethered from the limited belief structures of humanity and now is existing in this place. Each one of us have our limited belief structures, karma, energies floating around us. They're not anchored anymore. So the acceleration of transformation is so much faster. Ma said, what happens now, and I'm sure some of you experience this, is things just come out and it doesn't require the same effort it used to. But let's say I have energy of anger in me. In the past, I may have had to do all of this work to clear that anger. Now, it just comes out like that. Not always comfortable, but it's being cleared like that. So, for example, this Yagya on Sunday, Ma's intent with us, depending on our free will and our openness, is to be able to wash some of that karma, some of that energies that are floating around us to help us elevate in our consciousness. But it's not a one-time work. And because of free will, this is going to need to continue to happen until we've washed that and anchored ourselves in the new consciousness. So I share that as a context because we are going to have the profound blessing and privilege of being with this being that is totally embodying the new paradigm that's available for all of us, that when we're in their presence, physically, it's even more powerful, and online, it's potent, very potent, so that we can absorb that. We can be reflected that in our own consciousness and self and step into an entirely new identity, one that is a movement, one that is a light, one that is bliss itself. And then the ability to move through our lives as that movement in service and joy, whatever we choose to create from there, because there's no longer a constraint to the path. So as we begin to prepare ourselves to be with Ma in a week and a half now, it's so soon, I really invite us to step into that place of allowing, step into the place of releasing, step into that place of acceptance, that whatever arises, know that's just a clearing of the old, and allow that new to begin to birth, to begin to emerge, to begin to express itself in our moment-to-moment existence. And then taking advantage to really enjoy this precious, bring in that precious opportunity of the energies that Ma's bringing through Ma's physical body for all of us, so that we can step into that in a whole new and live our lives in a new way. Like, it is truly possible to wake up the next moment, untethered to what we knew before. And it's going to shake all of us. It is going to shake us. And so be together in community, be together in our practice, be together in our sadhana. And let's do this because it's happening. It is happening, and it's happening now. It's not happening a year ago. It's not happening 10 years ago, right now. Ma has said that everything up until this point was kind of play and entertainment for Ma. The work Ma really came for has started to begin now. And if you're one of our Sayama Consciousness members, you may recall we put that message out a few months ago. Like, this is now. So right now, just take a breath with me. Exhale. One more. Strong exhale. And just tap into what's available.